You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
We have a wonderful organization here in St. Louis that supports schools, families, and students, and we are looking forward to sharing their story with you today and a wonderful opportunity that they have to invite you to as well. Joining me in studio today, Libby Gutberlet is CEO, Lutheran Elementary School Association, St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome back to The Coffee Hour.
Thank you very much.
And Laura Montgomery, Director of Educational Resources for Lutheran Elementary School Association. And I understand also interim principal at Salem Lutheran School in Affton.
That's right, for this year.
Thanks for joining us in studio. So we snagged you out of school today, playing a little hooky, so you can come spend some time with us.
Don't tell anybody.
Thanks for spending some time with us here on the Coffee Hour. So let's talk about Lutheran Elementary School Association. There are a lot of Lutheran schools here in the St. Louis area that make up this organization. What is the work of Lutheran Elementary School Association today?
Well, let's just back up a second and realize that the LCMS operates the largest Protestant school system in the United States of America with over 180,000 kids. And so that being said, St. Louis, being St. Louis, Missouri, has quite a few elementary schools. That being part of our association is 31 elementary and middle schools. And our includes 4 high schools in our area. So a lot of people don't realize how many Lutheran schools we have in the St. Louis area with over 9,500 kids.
That's a lot of schools, a lot of kids. How does LESA interact with these schools today?
Well, as an association, our job is to help all these schools which operate autonomously, which is part of what makes them special and unique. But because they're autonomous, we provide the opportunity for them to meet together, our administrators, principals, our teachers, and learn from each other and support each other. As an association, we also provide support to their budget responsibilities, such as providing financial aid for their students, and which supports their numbers, supports their teacher salaries, whatever financial aid we can provide for our kids. That being said, we also provide some STEM education kits, some guidance for providing teachers with STEM education so they know how to teach it to their kids. So a lot of things that an association can provide that autonomously, it can be overwhelming for any one school.
Yeah, the schools already have enough challenges today. So to have a great support network like this, an association like this, is wonderful. So continuing education or professional development for teachers, scholarships for families, and supporting schools in that way. Let's talk more about Lutheran schools. You already gave us some great statistics, Libby, on how many students and how many schools there are across the country in terms of the Lutheran school education system. Why are Lutheran schools needed today?
Laura, I'm going to pass this one over.
Thanks. Lutheran schools are needed because, first of all, we share the gospel. And with some of the politics and thinking that's going on in the world today, we need schools that can offer the truth and will stand firm on God's teachings and those important messages for our students to hear and to support our families in raising children and with Christian values.
Do you have stories that illustrate this? I know we love sharing stories from LESA of all the wonderful things that you do in all these different areas. Do you have some stories of families or students that illustrate how LESA is really able to make this a reality for students?
Yes, we regularly receive notes from especially our scholarship families that we're helping, and just how they demonstrate what a difference that attending a Lutheran school has made in their life. And a lot of them are coming from their public school families that turned to Lutheran schools during the pandemic because our schools were open, and many of them choosing the Lutheran school out of the convenience for them, but learned what a tremendous difference that the Lutheran school climate has made for their family, has the difference the individualized instruction has made for their children and impacted their life. And some of them have even come to the waters of baptism through these events. So,
wow, thanks be to God.
Amen.
So being an interim principal, get to be in the school. What's your favorite part of being in a school and in a Lutheran school each day?
Working with seeing the students. I don't get to work with them too much, but seeing the students and the smiles on their faces and working with our teachers a little more close as a faculty and staff. I've been attending chapel services once in a while with them and being part of that school life again.
What would you say is the difference? What do Lutheran school teachers face today that you might not find in a different setting? I'm just thinking of some of the teachers the teachers at my son's school, and they're putting in not just a full day at school, but we see them so many other times as well at church and in other places in the community. We're so connected. How would you describe the life of a Lutheran school teacher today and their need for support and continuing growth?
They definitely, things in the educational realm are always changing, and we always joke, if you're around long enough, there's a pendulum that swings back and forth, and the topics come back around. So we do try to provide support for the teachers in current educational trend. This past fall, realizing coming off of this pandemic and all the extra work that our teachers put in because we were in session and having to make that switch of coming up on that 3-year anniversary, right? Of George just had that 3-year anniversary of that when the world shut down. Our fall professional development focused on teacher self-care and taking care of themselves so that they can be healthier and be better teachers that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a great opportunity that you're able to provide for teachers to take care of their own health too, so that they're able to teach in the best way possible for students. Speaking of everything that's happened, has the need shifted in the last year or so? How have things changed for you guys, Lisa, coming off of the pandemic and teaching from home, all of these different things? How has that changed the need that you've seen in the last year or two?
Just like everyone else, we had to pivot and producing some of our professional development events, and we held some of them online and just there's some programs that we had to halt. Last year, we were finding that there was a lot of teacher burnout, certain activities. They were not ready to, especially summertime things, like our curriculum writing, for example. We kind of had to just put a pause on it for a minute to let them catch their breath, take their time, and come back and be healthier about things. But this fall, we were able to come back together in person, and it is powerful because we have over 500 educators across our schools, and it's very impactful when we are able to get them all together. And I tell you, it was like a great big family reunion with our event. Zion in St. Charles was our host site, and it was great to see everyone coming back together, and the hugs and the high fives from faculties that had not interacted since 2019.
Wow.
Being that community, yeah, is good.
What a great connection, great support for our teachers. And Libby, earlier you'd mentioned scholarships. How do scholarships make a difference? How many families are supported or students are supported through scholarships from Lutheran Elementary School Association?
So our association's been around for 19 years. And in that 19 years, we've given away over $7.2 million in financial support to our local school kids. That being said, each year, the last several years, we have been giving away over $500,000 to over 650 kids a year. That is all financial support. And so that has not only an impact significance to the family and their ability to keep their kids in the school of their choice, but it also supports the school itself as they're trying to stabilize their enrollment, encourage kids to stay. You get these preschool kids, you want them to stay and go into kindergarten. You want your kindergartners to stay in the system and go up through 8, and you want them to stay and go into the high schools. So there's a whole system that we're working our kids through that we want them to stay in our family and under our care and our academic standards. And so what we believe is that the scholarship support directly impacts the family, but it also impacts the entire community all the way up.
So scholarship support really is an investment.
Absolutely.
It's an investment in
our
kids.
future.
Yeah, kids and them having a Christ-centered education. So what does it take then to be able to provide these scholarships, this professional development for teachers at Lutheran schools in LESA area?
Well, we provide, so the scholarships are something that someone can sponsor. So we have people that come in and they donate to the association. Sometimes they want to support certain schools or certain parts of the community, and other times they just want us to send it to the best place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, realize the association covers not only the schools that you think of in St. Louis, but we're covering Metro East as well. So we go into Illinois all the way out to Collinsville, Steelville, Redbud, East St. Louis, and then we all the way out into St. Charles County and that Wentzville and down into
Jefferson County,
Jeffco, yeah.
Washington, Missouri.
Yeah. So it's a pretty large area and quite a few number of students and kids. And so, but we do provide the opportunity for people who are interested in supporting scholarships or our programs to donate and sponsor, a kid or if their family.
And you also have events too, I understand, to help support this giving of scholarships as well. And one of those is coming up on Saturday, April 15th. Tell us about this dinner and auction.
Yes. So this is our 19th annual. I guess we've had this for a long time. So 19th annual dinner auction. It's Orlando's up off of Dorset and 270. And this dinner auction provides, about 30% of our annual funds that are raised that then goes into our scholarship and our programming budget. It's about 300 people. We meet, it's a lot of congregations that pull together tables. And so it's kind of a fun little group of Lutherans and families. So some of our scholarship recipient families come and buy tables later or support us through volunteering the event. So it's a fun event. This is our first year to actually have auction items that you can touch and elbow for, because the last 3 years we've had this COVID thing. And because of that, we wanted to try to keep our distance from each other. And it's not very conducive, those silent auctions, when you're elbowing in for that last bid. So this will be our first year to come back, and you can come over and elbow in for that bid on those Cardinal seats or MLS soccer tickets or something. So.
And that's what makes the event fun, are those silent auctions and getting to hang out with other friends who are also interested in investing in Lutheran elementary schools or Lutheran schools really here in the St. Louis area. So great reason to attend, lots of fun at the event. It includes, tell me about the dinner.
Well, it's Orlando's dinner.
Yeah,
it's going to be really good. We've been having our event with Orlando's for a number of years. Not only do they have a great venue and they're a very nice family, but they also help us keep our event manageable and reasonable.
Very good. So how do we attend? How do we get tickets for the dinner auction?
Well, since we're on the radio, it's going to be kind of hard to send you a mailing, but you can check out our website at LESA, LESA, STL.org.
Very good. LESASTL.org. You can find out more information about the upcoming spring dinner auction to support Christ-centered Lutheran education right here in the St. Louis area. Thank you so much, friends, for spending some time with us and sharing with us about the Lutheran schools here in the St. Louis area and how we can be a part of that.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You are listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.